Hey guys, it's time for a August milestone update. I just wanted to give you a quick update on Oracle Malaise Dev and then do something I promised I wasn't going to do for this channel, but I figured some people may enjoy it and I liked what I did. So we'll just do a quick update. I got an item upgrade system in the game that will allow players to upgrade their items and make individual items more powerful using the XP gems that I showed last time. Barrels will drop XP gems now, but the most important thing is the bug reporting tool. Thanks to a couple of my playtesters, specifically Ski Freely and Witherbottom, I was able to get a whole bunch of feedback and bug reports for August, and it was exceedingly helpful. I can't thank them. I really can't thank them enough. I can't. But to make their job easier, I decided to implement a bug reporting tool into the game. And so, like I said, I wasn't ever planning on doing this before, or showing, like doing a tutorial kind of style of just showing code. But I figured that this is kind of something that's generic enough that most people will just want to know maybe how I did it. So without further ado, let's look at the code. So the first thing I did was I went to the asset library in Godot. So if you go to a Godot engine, you start downloading things, they will have a large number, as you think you can see here, at least 10 pages of third-party plugins that people have put in their valuable time just to learn the system, learn the engine, and it's fantastic. And as it continues to grow, Godot continues to grow and grow, I think we'll see more and more and more of this type of thing. And I'm really excited to see it. But I typed in just Discord, because at the time when I switched over to Codex, one of the purposes of switching over was to move the bug reporting and stuff like that into my Discord channel for easier feedback for the players, so they can see that I see things and stuff like that. And so they could type up a ticket and it would auto generate a card for me in Codex. So I was like trying to figure out a good way to do that by a in-game tool, in-game form that, you know, a player could press a button, fill out a little bit of information, and it would automatically post to Discord. So that's why I typed in Discord. This one right here, the Player Connect Godot to Discord reporting system, was phenomenal. I highly recommend it. Whoever Silver Demon Studios is, 2 thumbs up, really enjoyed it. Go use that one. So after you do it, a pop-up will show up. You can't see it on screen right now, but basically it'll ask you to download it. And once I did that, I went to the project settings right here, project settings, and then there's a globals tab, and added the Player Connect to the auto load. And this is what it looks like. Now, I tweaked it. I've changed it around a little bit to fit with what I want to do. So the bug report, I want their Discord username, just so I can give them some credit when the bug actually happens. The severity, that's probably better for me, but it does give me a sense of, like, does the player think that this is a bad bug and that needs to be fixed quickly? Just to get some more, again, more player feedback, what's going on. And then the cool part is the include screenshot thing, and I'll go into that in a second. So let's go to the actual script, the GD script that I used for this. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to have to do when you do this is this part right here. If you're going to use Discord, you want to set up a webhook on your Discord channel. If you don't know how to do that, it's relatively simple. You can right-click on a single channel and generate a webhook. There's lots of tutorials out there to do that, so I would recommend going to that. I personally wanted to use Codex because I wanted to integrate straight to building a card in Codex rather than going through Discord and then up to Codex. So I found the API URL here, and then I inserted it and used the Codex URL instead of the webhook URL. Whatever you want to do, it's relatively straightforward to follow the instructions and stuff like that. Okay, so again, like I said, relatively simple to set up the Player Connect. I didn't really change too much, except for, importantly, I had this take screenshot thing. Because when the player presses the button, I think it's F9, to report a bug, I want the screenshot taken of what's happening on the screen right at that time. Okay, and that way, if they want to include the screenshot, which you saw the checkbox earlier, you can then I don't want to see the form in the middle of the text box. It'll take a screenshot of the viewport that's at the time of the screenshot. So let's go take a look at that function real quick. Open up the project directory, the directory that has, like, I set that up to be like a temporary folder for screenshots. If we don't have it, make it, grab the post draw frame, get the viewport, add it to an image, save the image right here. Where is it? Right here. Image.savepng to this SS file path. And that's perfect. And then we open up the animation. So we have now the form is opened up as you saw earlier. And importantly, then we go to send report. That's when we click on buttons pressed, but then we send report. And that's going to have, I want to have their Discord username again for credit. What their current scene is. I also add the seed that they're on because I am making a roguelite. So I wanted to make sure that I could recreate it by just creating the scene that they made, or the seed, sorry. And then if they checked it, the screenshot file path is sent along to the webhook creator, blah, blah, blah. This is just some debugging for me. So webhook creator send to codecs. So I tweaked this function around. This is one of my own, not one of player connect stuff. So if there's bugs in it, that's my fault. Went down. So basically what you have to do is you have to put it into a JSON format for codecs. That will allow the codecs API to parse it properly, generate a ticket, and if we have files, we are going to append them, and that's what this is for right here. So I get the file name array. Oh, I forgot to mention, every time someone sends in a screenshot, I also want the log. So the log will be generated for me or uploaded for me so I can see everything that the player, like all the logs that I need to see in order to understand like what happened. So one of the bugs I've been interacting with is a problem with my procedural generation. There's a small bug and I haven't been able to nail it down. So as my playtesters play, they can just upload the log and I'll get the seed, I'll get where the rooms are placed, I'll get how they were placed, and I'll get when they were placed. It's a logs, definitely. Logs are great. Make it very easy to nail down bugs. So if we have a log path, we append it to the file name array, then we add the file name array, and if we have the screenshot file, then we add that to the file name array, and we give it to the payload, and that's what this whole thing right is here. Obviously, then we stringify. This is stuff that's in the player connect stuff, relatively simple, and then we send off a request. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to upload and create a card in codecs, specifically in my bugs. I feel like Trump a little bit, or Ricky Bobby. I should zoom out a little bit so you can see because when I do this, you can't see my hands. So the request is going to create a ticket for me in my bugs deck, create a card for me there. And then we basically just wait. And once this is done, we get to on request completed. Basically, the ticket is complete. And if the ticket is successful, now we're going to parse the result and figure out, well, what did we get? And if we get an okay from here, we're going to handle the file uploads. Because we have to, we can't upload the files at the same time in codecs. You have to create the card first and then upload the files. So then I'll handle the file uploads. This is here. So we grab the file name, the URL of the card, and the fields. Then we try and, this is, again, we have two of them, and I could easily add more screenshots in the future, or potentially add, I don't know about screen recording, but something like that. So I have an array, so I'm going to iterate over all the files that we have. So grab it, make a new HTTP request to upload, and then we bind it to on file upload complete. I'll explain that in a little bit, but just letting you know that we are checking this upload request complete. And then we get to a tricky part that it just took me like probably a couple hours to figure out, because I was running into an issue where Google and AI wasn't quite helping properly with like the errors I was receiving. And basically, this body, all the things that were suggested were to be send it in a packed string array, which works out very well for text information. Like a log would work for this, but I decided to use it as a packed byte array. And basically down here, this is just JSON stuff and formatting and all that type of thing. But down here, I was doing an upload request and not request raw. And that upload request was sending. So if I tried to send in a body like this, which was basically getting all the buffer, getting all the content and stuff like that, that was in PNG format and not text, the request was expecting text. So by putting in request raw in a packed byte array, I was able to upload a screenshot. You can basically, it seems like, upload nearly anything to that. And then when we finally finish the upload, we will then delete that screenshot. The purpose of that is like, I don't want to fill up my playtester's hard drive with a bunch of bug screenshots. So it's just going to go in there, make sure that the file exists, upload that screenshot. As soon as we're done and we get verification that it's done, we will delete that screenshot and the player will never be the wiser. It's kind of neat. And then of course, removing all the old HP because we don't want a memory leak of the old upload requests. And that's about it. It was a really neat thing. It was fun to learn. And I think some people might find that helpful. So if you did find it helpful, you're welcome to reach out to me. I'm not going to upload this code to GitHub or anything, but if you need some help, feel free to jump into the Discord or send me a comment on the video, and I'll be happy to help in any way that I can. And that about sums up the August update. If this type of content is useful for you, if you enjoy like the tutorial thing side, maybe I can add some more videos and stuff like that of what I've done to behind the scenes with Oracle of Malaise. Just comment below and let me know. It's hard for me to tell exactly if people enjoy this type of thing from me. Otherwise, if you're interested in playtesting and reporting some bugs for me and sending it to Codex and all that, please join the Discord. It'll be linked below. I'm in there every day, always willing to help, always willing to talk about the direction of the game and provide any feedback. And if you have feedback, I'd love to hear it. If you just want to help out, just like, subscribe on this channel. That'll give you monthly updates. But more importantly, if you could wishlist Oracle Malaise on Steam, the link will be in the description below. Thank you for your time, and God bless. I'll see you next time.